Hi, today I wanted to kind of go over the latest updates that I received on my 2014 Tesla Model S85. This is actually Autopilot 1. And yes, in May of 2019, we are still getting updates to these older vehicles, and it's pretty cool. So thank you, Tesla. As you can see here, just bear with me a second. Oops, I'm gonna hit that. As you can see, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. I am on version 9 2019 16.273D3F3C. And this version, I think there might have been some security fixes that were applied, but overall, nothing much different from the 16.1. We do have the software update preference, which allows you to set the preference to standard or advanced, allowing you to receive updates right away. For me, I normally look in the forums and see how others are dealing with the updates before I apply them. Unfortunately, this one I actually did apply right away. There's some other updates here. There's more languages added for the navigation. And the previous update was when we received the on route battery warm up, which has been great. I've actually noticed a difference in my charging rates when I get to superchargers. And just for your reference, this is a 2014 vehicle, so it has lifetime free supercharging, so that's pretty awesome. We did get the software update, which at the last update actually was actually on 2019-12. It basically shows you when the vehicle is receiving updates, and we got some more games added and some more language support. So this update is not like your Model 3 or your newer Model S's. You don't get a lot of the new fancy schmancy visual changes, but there are some slight changes, and I want to kind of show you those. So the first change that I realized, this one might have come in 2019-12, but they did update the visualizations for the climate controls. Instead of having multiple buttons to get to all of this, it's just now all in one pane. And we did get the dog mode, so that's really nice feature as well for this vehicle. If you don't know what the dog mode is, you can YouTube that. But it does allow you to keep the cabin cooled and heated in winter if you have dogs or passengers that need to stay in your vehicle while you're away for a short period of time. Let me rephrase that. It should only be for dogs, not people. There are some other changes here, but nothing crazy. Just we'll go through the menu for anyone that is kind of looking to purchase a Tesla and maybe might want to purchase an older one. I strongly recommend buying an older Tesla Model S. Reason being is you get free supercharging. I know supercharging is not that expensive, but having free supercharging is pretty nice. If you get one that's under $50,000, you're gonna get the 4-year 50,000-mile warranty, which is basically the same warranty you would get if you buy a new vehicle. The limitation here is that the battery warranty is for the life of the vehicle, so 8 years total. So this car's battery and powertrain warranty will go out in in a few years here. But from my standpoint, I think it's a great bargain for the price. But anyway, for those who are interested, right now, the version 9, in the control menu, you start off with the quick controls, which gives you some quick controls when you're driving, so you can turn on lights and do certain things. Open your sunroof, but you can also do that with the scroll wheel. We have lights, which control your lights. Nothing new here. We have driving, and this is where if you had like a ludicrous mode, you'd have, I believe you have a ludicrous button and so on. Here I have just a chill standard, and I normally leave my vehicle steering in comfort mode. And you can control the regenerative braking if you want it to be just less, or if you want it to be standard. You can change that. You can set creep mode if you want, range mode for when you're traveling really far and you want to conserve some energy instead of heating the cabin. It'll conserve the energy for the battery. I do have Autopilot 1, so I have the ability to control my autopilot. And as you can see here, Autopilot says beta. Okay, folks, Autopilot is beta. And even though it says autopilot, it is really just a driver's aid. You're supposed to be alert all the time. So let's stop flaming when we see, individuals that are getting into accidents with autopilot. 100% of the time, it is the human's fault. It doesn't matter if autopilot is engaged or disengaged. If you are behind the driver's seat, you are responsible for the vehicle. So one of the nice things here is that I have also summon, and I have the ability to summon my vehicle. Now this is a autopilot 1, so all I can do is basically move the vehicle forward and back, which has been more than enough for me. I normally use my app to pull the vehicle out of my garage every morning, and that's been pretty helpful. Or when I get here and I need to get my son out, I get him out and then I press the button and it pulls back into the garage. So that's been very helpful. One of the newer features in, I think, 2019.12 was the obstacle aware acceleration. Basically, if you're very close to something in front of you or behind you and you press the accelerator pedal, it'll alert you and stop the vehicle. Actually, bring it to a complete stop. Nothing else here in the vehicle mode. The only thing here that I'd like to point out is, again, nothing new. It's always been there. Is the driver door unlock. I recommend that every Tesla owner uses that, especially if you are the only one driving the car all the time. It'll only Model S anyway. That will always unlock and ready only the driver's door and no other door. This will help you to minimize getting door handle replacements. As we all know, the Model S weakest point is the door handles, right? Display menu, nothing going on here, nothing new. You have the ability to set a bunch of display settings. If you want to clean your display, you can put it in clean mode and it'll black it out. Trip menu, nothing new here. Just for those who have any concerns about longevity of the Model S's. I've had mine when it was about 41,000 miles. I've put about 27,000 miles on it in about a year. I've had it for about a year now, and I drive it everywhere I can. I love driving it, and it's fun. Navigation, nothing new. Security settings, this is great. For those who are concerned about someone stealing a vehicle, Tesla enabled the pin to drive a few versions ago. Use it. I highly recommend it. Of course, as we all know, if someone steals your Tesla account, username and password, then they basically have access to your vehicle. So, still keep that password, rotate that password a lot often. I do mine at least once a month. Nothing here in service. If you want to, change your wipers, you can put the wiper in service mode. It's pretty easy once you put it in service mode. You can see up here, put it in service mode, brings it up, take it out of service mode, it goes down. Pretty cool. And then that's the last one here is the new button, is this software button, which allows you to put it in standard or advanced mode. Okay, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. There's nothing really crazy here. The MCU still behaves the same for my preference. For me, the only thing that the MCU is lacking is that the web browser is still very, very slow. But I have 3G, so this is the older car, so it is to be expected. When I do put it on my home's Wi-Fi, it tends to be a little bit better, but not not significantly better. But that's one of the things to consider. Do you need to actually drive and use your web browser? I think the answer to that is no, but it is nice to have. I know that in the Model 3s, the web browsing is a lot snappier and faster. So, one day I'll get one of those, or maybe hold out for a Model Y. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I always recommend the older Model S's for anyone in the market to purchase a Tesla at a very decent price. All right.